Good morning. Happy Friday. It is Christmas Eve here in the United States. We're going to do a nice, gentle one today to close out our week. And your final one before Christmas. And we'll repeat this one again at 11. So this is the free community live stream. We'll do a full length session this morning. So they're normally right in the neighborhood of 15 minutes. This one will be a little bit closer to 30 minutes, and we'll include the Zhan Zhuang movements that we incorporate into the member session every day. If you're not familiar with Zhan Zhuang, it's sometimes called standing Qigong, although I'm standing now, so I could say anything I do would be standing Qigong, but it's standing still being a little bit nuanced, because even when we're standing still, we're still moving, breathing. There's little micro adjustments going on to keep us balanced and upright, but it is holding specific postures for a length of time. In some cases, enormous length of time. The postures that we'll do, I did a class a couple of years ago where we worked up from most of us not having done standing postures before, all the way to standing for 30 minutes in a single posture, which doesn't sound like it'd be terribly difficult to do, but it is very challenging, but also remarkably beneficial. So simple, but very beneficial. But as always, we're going to warm up a bit first. So feet about shoulder width apart, knees soft and bouncy, upper torso erect, and you can imagine your head as it being pulled up by a string, lengthening your spine and neck, and the upper torso nice and straight, but relaxed. And let's just begin to turn from side to side. Just letting the arms swing free, get us started. We're going to get the body temp up just a little bit, get a little fluid moving in the joints, and get our energy center awake and alive and ready. You'll likely see little four-legged furry creatures running through this morning. Recently adopted 3 kittens that had been, we think, dumped or abandoned in some way. And they are still acclimating to humans. And so they are confined to a single, fairly large and rather interesting room that I work in and practice in. But this time of day, they are up and awake and active with a full charge. It is rare that they don't put in an appearance in our early morning sessions. So I like to say my sessions leave me relaxed and energized. I'm already relaxed, and they're nothing if not energized. Let's take the hands into loose fists and begin tapping. Tap in the lower belly and lower back. Some acupressure points in our energy center, our lower dantian. I just have to hope those furry creatures don't knock anything down during the session. Tuesday morning, they were out and about, and I set up with a little bit of lighting and a webcam and a screen that displays the stream, and there's a couple of lamps near it. And I took out one of the lamps during the session. Fortunately, nothing broke, but it can be a tad distracting from time to time. All right, let's take our front hand, move that up the body, and tap into that little valley where the shoulder meets the chest. I'm not sure exactly what I'm talking about there. If that verbiage doesn't work for you, take a pause, put your finger on your sternum, and then just walk your fingers over. And there's a little hollow area here, and that's what we want to tap into. Continue to tap on the lower back. this point on our shoulder in some of the tapping disciplines. This is used to reduce stress and anxiety. In the Eastern movement traditions, we tend to think about the meridians. In some of those traditions, you may have heard the term chakras. But the meridians are, I guess the easiest way to describe them is lines of acupressure points that correspond to the energy pathways in our body associated with the organs. Really two meridian systems that we work with. There's the organ meridians, and then there's the extraordinary meridians. You can think of the meridians as rivers of energy. The extraordinary meridians, a little broader. Maybe visualize those as oceans rather than rivers, larger areas of the body. And let's begin to deepen out the breath. Breathing in through the nose if you're able to do that. And you can take the out breath through either the mouth or the nose. You do want to nasal breathe if we're capable of it, though. Tremendous benefits to breath work, even all by itself. And for that matter, a lot of benefits to movement all by itself. But when we marry those two together, we magnify the benefits of both. Let's begin to shift the weight from side to side. We've got a little bit of balance work to do today, so we want to get the feet and ankles active. Rolling along the width of the foot, inside to outside. And let's bring the hands down to the belly. And really accentuate that weight shift. It'll come into play a couple of times today. And as the heads, you want to be close enough to be able to reach out and put your hand against a shelf, a wall, back of a chair. When we get to those two movements where we're going to work on one leg, used to this weight shift. And now let's float the hands back off the body and turn that tap into a reach. And this will cause your back heel to lift as we work the length of the foot now. Really press up under the toe. Stretching out the lower calf. Getting that turn in the ankle. And let's slow this down as we begin to get ready to connect to the breath. We're going to come back down to this neutral position we started in. We call this Wuji. We call it relaxed readiness. So let's take a hand out front, palm up. Breathe in, draw that hand back, take it behind the body, spiral it in the back. As you breathe out, let it sweep forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's get ready to switch over to the other side. So I'll get that other hand ready and swap over. And breathing in as we draw back. Breathing out as the hand sweeps forward. Body moving in concert with the breath. Let the breath drive the cadence of the movement. So you may be going a little faster than I am, or perhaps a little slower. Let the pace of your movement be guided by your breath. And let's put them both together now. Breathing in and breathing out. There we go, little Zen kitty here. Just get one more time. Sweeping forward, and then just let the hands drift down. We begin with a series of 3 postures today. So let's let the hands float up, palms facing each other, and then round the elbows out a little bit to turn the fingertips in toward one another. Should be right in front of the heart center. Now consciously drop the elbows, soften the shoulders, and toe heel out just a little bit wider than hips width. And then sink down just a little bit as if you're sitting on the edge of a tall stool. Point your tailbone to the floor. Upper torso is erect. Neck is long. Gaze is forward. And we just pause here and breathe. And it really requires you to relax into this. That relaxed tension in the legs. We'll do 3 postures. This one's the classic, called the standing post. And we just breathe. The benefits of this are actually quite striking. Some people are able to nap, do a power nap in the afternoon. I've never been able to do that. This is what I do in place of a power nap. I just stand for 8 to 10 minutes. I come out of that and it's like waking up in the morning. All right, second posture. Let's let the hands float out. Just kind of relax the shoulders out a little bit out there, maybe even shake them out. And then let's come in as if we're capturing a large ball. So one hand is about at eye level, the other hand level to your belly button. And again, sink the body down just a little bit, and we hold. There's several different sets of these that we do. There's one called the 3 centers. It's just 3 postures. And we also do a set called the 5 health postures. And those come out of the Xinyi Quan tradition, which also features a series of martial postures. And were we to do the martial postures, you would recognize those as something looking a little bit like very, very slow motion martial arts. Now, without moving the rest of the body, let's switch the hands, spiral the arms, recapture that large ball with the other hand on top. And we pause. After we do the 10 forms of the Plum Village set today, we'll mirror these on the way out. Spin that ball, putting the hands on the sides, palms toward the floor, and let them float down. Bring the feet back in toward neutral position, feet about hips width apart, and we begin. Breathing in. Arms float up. Breathe out. Withdraw the arms a little bit and let them come down fairly close to the body. So extending as we come up, pulling in, arms descending as we let them float down. Breathing in and breathing out. You almost feel like you're pulling a large ball towards you. Let's take one more. And at the bottom, turn the palms in toward one another, arms extended, and they float all the way up overhead. Keeping the same distance apart. Breathe out, bring them on back down. Breathing in and breathing out. Last time coming all down. Bring them up one more time. And this time just let them float down to shoulder height. Take a breath in. On the out breath, bend the elbows, bring the fingers in and try to touch your shoulders. Breathing in, expand. Breathing out, hold it in. Let's bring it in one more time. Expanding back out. Breathe in. The hands float down. Your hands together. Breathe in. Let them come up to the top. Hands touch. Turn the palms out. Breathe out. Breathe in. Let the hands spiral on the way up. Hands touch at the top. Breathe out. Breathing in as we rise. And breathing out as we release down. One more time. The hands come back up one more time. This time not touching, Turning the palms forward, folding forward. And arms past the body. Breathing in, bring them up overhead. Stop short of reaching the back. Breathing out, arms come down. Torso folds forward. Keep within your comfort zone though. You're not looking for pain. Gentle stretch of the low back. Yeah, let's take one more fold. And come on up to the top. And let's release from the top, breathing out. Next three movements are a little bit curious. So we take our heels together, press up onto the balls of your feet. Put your hands on your waist or wherever. Hands don't matter much in this one. Breathing in, dip the body down. Breathing out, come back to vertical. That's when you really have to listen to your body here. Not looking for pain in the knees. It doesn't take a great deal of movement here. Stay with the breath. Breathe in, dip down. Breathe out, come back to the top. Stay up on the balls of your feet the whole time. Let's take one more. And then just relax the heels down. Step back out to the neutral position. Your hands back to your waist. And upper torso circles around. Sometimes when we do hip circles, when we warm up, the head stays static. We want the head and neck to stay neutral here. Gaze stays forward. In one direction, and then let's change direction, going the other way. Those two balancing movements that I mentioned before are coming up next. One more time around here. And then just come back to vertical. I'm going to keep my hands on the waist. You can do whatever works for you. You may want your arms out. However, whatever you need to do with your arms to feel balanced. So shift the weight over to one side. That'll empty out the other foot. Breathe in. Bring that foot up. Toe points down, knee is bent. Breathe out. Extend the leg forward, pointing the toe. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll do 5. If you need to take a tap of the foot to regain your balance, go ahead and do that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come on back in. Breathe in and breathe out. Kind of give your legs a little shake. Then shift the weight over to the other side. Breathe in. Pick up the foot. Toe points to the floor. Breathe out. Extend the leg, pointing the toe. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll do 5. This is 3. Breathe in. One more. And 5. Breathe in, draw the knee back in, and then set it down and then breath out. And again, you can shake out just a little bit if you need to. And the other balance move, shifting back to the other side now. Pick up the foot. I'm going to draw a big arc. Coming back to the beginning. Hover the foot if you can. Tap it if you need to. We're going to go one circle around, bring the circle back, shift the weight to the other side, repeat on the other side. Picking up the foot, drawing a big arc, bring it back to the beginning, hover it if you can, and then retrace going the other direction. Let's do one more on each side. Let's add the breath this time. Breathing in about halfway around, and then breathe out. Finish the arc. Reverse direction. Breathe in and breathe out, shifting the weight to the other side. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Let the hands release. Give your legs a little shake. Final movement. Turn a foot out to the side. Let your other foot turn in just a little bit. And leg and arm move together. Breathing in, straighten the front leg. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more on this side. Turn, let's do the same thing on the other side. Turn one foot 90 degrees to the side. The other foot turn in just a little bit. That protects our knees. Breathing in and breathing out. One. And then let's bring it back into the middle. And we mirror our postures. So arms float up. They spiral around, recapturing that large ball. Toe heel out just a little wider than hips width. Let your body sink down like sitting on the edge of a tall stool. And then tuck your tailbone so it's pointing to the floor. Upper torso is erect, gaze is forward. You can even close your eyes if you'd like. When I'm doing my postures, I'm usually doing it with my eyes closed. Pause here for a few breaths. And then let's change the hands. So let the arms spiral around, placing the other hand on top of the ball. And make sure you sink back down. Natural tendency when we move the arms is to straighten back up, so we want to sink back down. A little tension in the legs, like you're sitting on the edge of a tall stool. You should feel completely balanced here. Weight evenly distributed. Foot front to back, side to side. Almost think of a line being drawn, descending from your tailbone that's pointing to the floor, through the spine, up the neck, through the crown of the head. And then let's spin that ball. Bring the arms in, let the fingertips come toward each other. Stopping a couple inches apart. Now consciously drop the elbows. Relax the shoulders. Sink back down if you moved. And we finish here. Finish here in the standing post. Take one more deep breath in. And as you slowly exhale that breath, let the hands float down. And let them come together, hand over hand. Place those over your lower belly. Step back in to now a little narrower than hips width. Close your eyes and we'll take 3 deep breaths to finish our practice today. Make that third breath a nice deep one. And as you release that breath, release the hands back to the sides. The eyes come back open. Give everything a little shake out. Thanks for joining Wake Up Flow. We're back again. We'll repeat that at 11 today. Remember, Flow on Zoom. If you'd like to join, send me a message. I'll send you the link. Have a wonderful holiday. A Merry Christmas. We'll see you next week. Namaste.